the fun part. The part when they find the bombs. Oh, it's exciting every time.
I mean, it can
guys.
be, I suppose.
It's dangerous to go alone.
See ya.
Oh, does he say see ya?
Yep.
I don't know why, but I've read it as I thought he said love ya. Oh, look, we got bombs already.
Yeah, this is a feature of the logic which is being run here, is that you actually do still get one bomb, or two bombs in this case, for a plus 10 capacity. But for every plus 5 that you get off of a capacity upgrade, you get a bomb for it. Kind of wish they kept that, to be honest, considering the capacity upgrades took out actual bombs from the game, if I remember rightly. So...
Well, I mean, we want to make it harder, right?
Yeah, really.
We also did see a map real quick, and we saw a green pendant at Desert Palace, as well as crystals at Hera and Eastern. So...
Interesting. Desert Green is always a weird one, because Desert Palace has a lot of good stuff most of the time, mostly because it's book locked. It's only one item that it's locked by, so it tends to be more favored, I think, in version 18.
So often it has so many requirements to complete it, because you need a fire source, you oftentimes need the boot as well to get whatever's on the bonk item. Yeah, so it's
it's one to get there, and then it's potentially 3 more to finish it. At least 2 of them are needed. So, yeah, kind of irritating, but oh well. At the very least, getting that bomb capacity upgrade at the start, given the bombs there, it means we don't really need to farm anything off of this. So that's pretty good.
I'm sure they'll still kill a few, because it's always nice to have more than just 2 bombs going into Kakariko.
Yeah, you need 4 bombs maximum for everything there, so... Too bad this isn't new logic, otherwise they could pull up a bush crab and get bombs off of that instead.
You mean bush crab? You mean a rupee crab? Because sometimes they're under rocks, alright?
They can be, yeah, I know.
So I don't think that works. I thought we were all encompassing this morning.
Yeah,
what the heck, Gamer Cal?
Don't you need the gloves to pull up from the rock ones, though? You actually need the gloves to pull the... Yeah, I know there's ones under the big rocks, say under Death Mountain, but the one, say, next to
on the way to desert, there's like one in a little tiny rock that you gotta you still have to pick it up, otherwise you won't drop the sweet cash.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what tactics for the ball and chain boy we're gonna get today. Ooh, get that red rupee.
Yeah, going back for it.
There you go. It's gonna lose a little time, but having a little extra muns.
Oh,
good.
The 2-pot here.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
he goes out to get the 20, and then boom, there's the 300 right there. Zelda
Zelda's just like, thank you for rescuing me. Here's the reward, even though we haven't gotten out yet.
So is this more like a Pirate's Cove or something?
Yeah,
there's money and treasure at the bottom of it.
That ball and chain guard must have had quite an iron will, though, not being swayed by 300 rupees.
I know, right? Gamer Kelly, you know what I like about you? I was expecting a pun at that very moment, and you didn't drop a pun on me.
No, we can't all be cross product.
Shouts to cross product.
Not that I can't drop puns, but sometimes you
don't get any ideas. I'm not awake enough.
Willa needs coffee.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. Might have to let you go solo for like 2 minutes so I can go get a refill.
I'm sure we can handle that. So we haven't seen the map yet, right? In the Hyrule Castle itself, the item.
Not yet. No. We had 10 arrows, small key, and 300 rupees, I think. Yeah,
and I think probably was a 20 as well, because well, there's 20 there. Probably was one because of the difference. Well, difference in count, because I know Crrool got one as a drop, so there's another one there.
Oh, there's another 20.
So we're mostly just looking to see if after the bomb walls at the end here, if the map has been picked up yet, and whether or not, assuming that it is still at large, whether or not the players are going to pick up the chest anyway.
Personally, I'm really bad at keeping track. I usually am just like, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to miss one thing.
Yep. Completely
understandable. I don't know why I just want to keep dropping song lyrics, but and just picking up another, whatever. It's a couple seconds. Who cares?
Yeah, it really is. It's not a big deal either way, but you need bombs to get in here, so have some more bombs. Oh man.
Yeah, what a weak chest right there.
You would think that based on the rest of the logic here in V18, you would think that place would be more beneficial because it's locked by the logic using the power glove. So you would think that there would be more stuff in there more often, but no, it's only really nowadays that there tends to be stuff there. Oh, nice. 8 bombs there.
That is kind of weird. You would think in this version, since oftentimes things are locked behind an item that progresses you, but I think maybe it has something to do with, oh look, Ben still went ahead and grabbed it.
Yep.
Gotta get that burrito. Gotta get that protein. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the whole Power Glove Titan Mitts weird logic in this version.
Ah, Crrool's been paying attention. There we go.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
It's literally seconds that he just saved. Literally?
Yeah, but those seconds can make a difference. We saw 5 seconds as the difference is. Oh, wow. The blue tree tier is fairies here. Kinda neat.
Yeah.
I mean, if they get the bug net, that could be cool. Because isn't there like a fairy pull thing right outside the pyramid for Ganon?
There's like a fairy fountain, or what are you talking about? Oh no, there's a bonk. There's a fairy in the bonk.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. I never remember in the Dark World where the pull stuff is. Like, there's statue thingies. I know there's one near Hype Cave that you can pull.
Pool when you're saying pull. Sorry.
All right.
It's a language. I'm just kidding. No, I know.
Accents can be different, yo.
There is one, on the left side, but most of the time, nobody ever checks that. But
no.
That's a good point.
But it's just one of those weird things when you've got something as potentially valuable as fairies, for safety stuff. We wouldn't really be looking to see it at this sort of level, but if you're just starting, that is definitely something you can look at,
Yeah. Actually, it was really funny watching one of Dark Magician's runs. He showed us pretty much like almost every single pull tree in the game. Both pre and post Agate Tower, which was really cool. I'm like,
I don't know any
like,
of
there's
them
one
post.
like at Eastern Palace, like right outside the front door. I'm like, what? I've never. Or I think there's another one. I think it's right in front of Hype Cave. One of the little statues you can pull on there. Or
yeah, that's the one I was thinking of actually.
Or the one in front of Hyrule Castle. Oh, speaking of, there's your power gloves for you.
There's a bottle picked up here as well. So
progressive gloves.
In my V18?
In my randomizer. See, this is what I like. I like finding the shovel on the way at the beginning of the trek through Kakariko, because then you can end. Now the best thing is if you dig up like the boots, and then you just keep going.
Yeah.
It's very, very fluid, like a liquid, like a beautiful cup of coffee. Oh god.
It's something I'd have to time, but if you have you've got the power gloves in this situation, would it be nice half magic? Would it be quicker to just keep going at this point down there, or would it still be faster to save quit? Rip Link's face.
I don't know. I think it depends on the boots. Because I know what you're talking about. You can go grab the rock and just keep going down and head straight. It might be quicker to go from there straight to the dam area. Yeah. Whoa! Silver arrows already?
Well, at least we know this isn't V21 then, because...
Butter sword and chicken house? Let's go. And then red mail in, like, tavern, or something stupid like that.
I would say, though, this is the sort of thing that Crrool probably wouldn't want to be seeing, is that sort of sword this early, because Ben's gonna get it then as well, and...
Yeah,
well, if there's one,
kind of out of the way.
If there's one massive advantage that Ben probably has overall, it would be within the execution, and this is Kakariko Fetch Quest Town. Jeez.
Where's the powder?
From the sick kid here? That'd be interesting.
I want that powder. I don't know about that. Boo.
I mean, the powder is made from mushrooms, which is always denoted as illegal drugs in the game, right? So it would sort of make sense as to why he'd be sick. Too bad that didn't happen.
We don't know what he's sick of, though. Could be sick of this.
Oh, the cane of Samaria at the library. Wow.
Alright, so boots are definitely required as far as we know.
That's the first time I've seen anything useful at the library in forever.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think the last thing I saw there was an ice rod, and I forgot for like ever.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst though, when you, especially at the moment when you're thinking, oh, it's gotta be Into the Rock, it always
it's gotta be. Sorry, I love when Phantom Ryu does it. It makes me laugh every time.
It's pretty neat.
I had to actually go watch the video because I'm like, this has to be some sort of wrestling thing. And I found it. I was like, yep, he said the thing. He said the thing.
Alright, so nothing from the shovel here. At least you've checked it though. That is always a good plus. You don't have to worry about this later on as you're doing the rest of the route here.
Now the question is, now that they have the gloves, at what point are they going to make their way up to Death Mountain? They'll probably do the full South Shore thing and then either, you know, go up to Hobo, or if they get enough, if they get enough money, they might actually go to Zora. I don't know.
Well, Crrool is deciding to go up the mountain for sure.
Right.
I tended to flick quite a bit between it in Master Sword there, huh? I tended to flick quite a bit between going up or not. If I got a glove at this stage, it kind of depended a little bit on what else I had. But I had some seeds where I, had the glove within the first 10 minutes and went straight up the mountain and got a ton of good stuff, and it worked out.
Well, the thing is, it's what, 2 items and possibly a third that you know of, versus South Shore, which is 2 more items plus the 5 in Mini Moldorn, plus Ice Rod Cave, and then info on Lake Hylia, and then Hobo. But the thing is, in this version, that it's not always about the most efficient route or the most chests. It's about these small biases that the game has, that it wants to put certain items in certain locations.
That is one thing Christos has shown quite a lot, is check what's quick, not... Oh, and there's the hook shot for it! Check what's quick, not necessarily the highest density. And
there you have it.
You've got to be really careful around here, though. 3 hearts is obviously very lethal territory. Considering everything does 1 heart, stay safe, Crrool.
Okay, we're good. But yeah, so Ben is taking the more efficient route because he's going to check more chests, but so far he's got nothing but money and hearts and bombs, while Crrool already has the hook shot. And I'm curious why he's going this route instead of going up first.
Probably safety, because he was on 1 heart. That would be my guess. Also, whilst this may sound like you'd make it sound really bad on paper, going, oh, it's like 2 items versus 1, 9 or 10 or something. But apart from just the bias as a whole, there's also I know those crabs are lethal. There's also oh, Quake, nice. Also the fact that there's a save quit point here, so you can save quit back up to the mountain at any time. So doing this just now isn't as bad as you would think,
especially without the flute in hand.
Yeah, because worst comes to worst, when you want to do stuff later, you just save quit to here. Don't you just love it when the mini models get stuck like that? Oh, and speaking of the flute, oh man!
Wow,
what a payoff so far.
Zora's not going to have anything, which is going to be.
What was on the ledge for Zora there? Oh, Bombos. Okay, on the Titans bit as well. What is going on here?
I stand correct. Well, we don't know if Bombos is useful or not, but okay. But it looks like Death Mountain was the better choice. Now, if it comes down to needing Bombos to get into Mire or T-Rock, whichever one's required, when's Crrool going to make it over to Zora, etc., etc.
That was interesting. Crrool failed to get the setup for the bomb jump, and is kind of pulling a Eunice here and just save quitting. And
that is a little interesting, because Spiral Cave is another really good location in my opinion. So many times I've like, I'm gonna go do Pendant Hera, and then I finish it and find nothing, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna go do Spiral Cave since I waited, and then that's where the Moon Pearl is. I'm like, all right. I think that's happened to me twice now. I'm like, cool game, dude.
It's also interesting that he hasn't just immediately gone to activate the flute, but I think that's going to happen right now, having seen nothing of any use whatsoever up on the mountain here. Blue Rupee on Spectacle Rocket inside the cave, just 3 bombs.
Well, now this gives Ben a huge advantage if he ends up doing Spiral Cave and it ends up having something good. Imagine if it had, like, the mirror.
Or the hammer. That would be another one.
Because Titan Hits plus Moon Pearl, with Hookshot in hand, that means a full clear of Dark Death Mountain.
Yep, that would be very, very strong.
Let's see what happens. But yeah, lots of really good items on Death Mountain. The richest of Death Mountains, and Kakariko.
Yeah.
Are we in go mode yet, or what?
Depending on the placement of the mirror, though, this could put the Moon Pearl in the checkerboard cave. That would be really interesting.
Hey, I like that. Let's see. Yeah, and also if Crrool had the mirror, well, if either player ends up getting the mirror at some point, then they can do the wraparound to get into Desert Palace without the book.
Yep.
But they still need a fire source and the boot, potentially the boots.
So this is really nice now, having the flute activated. You can just go pretty much wherever you need to.
Mm-hmm.
The only exception is the Sanctuary, so when you get boots, there's still the decent chance to save quit so that you can get the stuff up there.
Right, so you can check Bonk and King Sim.
Oh, well, no safety of the hut piece.
Ben does have the Master Sword.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, this is interesting, right? He's gonna go do Zora. I would still do the whole South Shore thing.
Yeah. Especially since it's easy to get there.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, like, the only thing of good that they got there was the Master Sword and maybe a heart container from the dam area, but... And then don't forget Sahasrah's little hut. It's always usually something good, right?
Yep. I mean, there's still obviously plenty of places to go here, but I don't know. Like, I don't think it's that terrible checking this just now. It's just a bit of a shame that it's not immediately valuable yet.
Well, Crrool might be just not up for doing fake flippering.
That's fair.
Some people willingly choose not to use it.
Yep.
Oh, powder on the floating island.
Yeah, that is something Crrool didn't get to check because he didn't get up the top of the thing here. So,
all right. Here we go. Get your resident sleepers. We're walking through this spiral cave.
The funniest thing is when you see Pegasus boots here, because it happens a reasonable bit. And yeah, it's just you go all the way around here, and then whoop, there's the boots. I think the hammer would probably be the coolest one here right now.
Hammer would be cool. I still want Moon Pearl right now.
Yeah, that would be fun as well.
Please, 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 please.
Oh, okay. That would be my third choice.
Oh, wow. That is a bit of a routing changer, in my opinion. Once you get that book, it's like Desert Palace, question mark, so.
It's a shame that Ben doesn't have access to Tower Hera right now, because having that Master Sword, like, if he had the hammer on the mirror here, that book pickup would have been fantastic. Because you could have just gone Aether Tablet as well.
Alright, Ben heading off to go get his flute activated. And we'll see what Crrool's gonna do. I might have to eat my words if he ends up fake flippering anyway. Because we still haven't seen what's on Lake Hylia Island. Or if the hobo has anything. Nope, looks like he's heading out.
It's just faster to have the flute there, I think.
Oh, okay.
Especially because it's a quick menu transition when you've got the hookshot, so just hookshot down to flute from there. It's a quick transition, it's quicker than walking, I think. When you don't have the boots at the very least.
Interesting routing.
Yeah, choosing
he didn't do mini... What? He didn't
he went straight to Ice
okay,
Cave.
got it.
That's why he's still on.
I didn't see that.
But it's interesting he went from there instead of from 7. where he could have done the dam and then done this.
Well,
afterwards.
he might head there next.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting way around.
Well, that's the fun thing about Randomizer is
It really is.
depending on what items you get will completely change your normal routing. The problem is that once you break from your normal routing, your normal muscle memory, then it's super easy to like make mistakes.
Yeah.
Which is one thing you gotta watch out for. Like, you'll get to a point and you're like, no, I already checked that because I always check that.
Yeah.
But then you didn't.
The worst one. The worst one is you check that or you don't check that location. You go, oh, I've already done that. It's fine. And then the hookshot shows up there. Oh, speaking of hookshot, Crrool not actually using that to get this done in one cycle, unfortunately. Not a particularly common thing to come across, so I don't blame him.
I don't know why, but every time I try, I'm like 2 pixels away from grabbing the chest. I don't know. I guess my timing's off. I can't seem to get that one.
Yeah, I think that one you need to open the chest like really quickly before the block stops being pushed, before the block like stops moving. Because it doesn't seem to work too well. That's a very rich hover. Wait. I was gonna say, how are you not picking that up there?
I think we saw that happen with... who was it? Somebody fluted when they were picking up the bow that was on the desert wedge.
Oh, there's your move,
Oh, speaking... he doesn't have the book!
Is needed. Oh no! So you were right just in one tier later. Oh wow, man, that is crazy.
That is so unfortunate.
Once again.
Oh my god. It just goes back to that whole if it's like when you're in a dungeon and you're like, I don't want to check this last item. Because it's gonna take too long. And then that last item ends up being what you needed to proceed.
And it's so frustrating because, you could have easily just either gone out and just walked the normal way, or you could have just gone back up and tried again. I know it seems like a bit of a waste, but at the same time, that one item can eat at you. And the flippers in desert as well, okay.
There you go. It's a gamble. It's a gamble every time. And it's unfortunate when it ends up being the one that kills you. Alright, so we're going to need to find those boots at some point, but with this in mind, do you think Ben's going to head back up to Death Mountain to check the East Dark World section?
I probably would myself.
Or he might go to Village of Outcasts immediately. Both are good options.
We're still looking for the mirror here. I mean, if Crrool finds the mirror here, say, then that would definitely nullify the book stuff here, because you wouldn't need... Oh, there's the boots! Okay!
Oh, come on, dude!
So... Yeah, if Crrool finds the mirror before going back up to Spiral Cave, then he can still get the Moon Pearl by doing the Misery Maya stuff that you mentioned before, to skip going through the desert that way.
True. Honestly, him getting the boots here might actually send him back up to Death Mountain.
I'd like that, although at the same time, you'd be thinking, oh, it's just one item now that's up there. It's at this stage, it takes so long to get there.
What are his options? Going into Eastern? I doubt he wants to do that.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, so that's kind of crazy what the game's forcing you to do. Of course, if Ben ends up finding, or not Ben, if Crrool ends up finding the mirror, as you said, in the Bonk Rocks right here or something, then he can still get the Moon Pearl without the book.
Yeah.
Which would be a game changer, so fingers crossed, because that would be awesome to see.
Yeah, 2 completely different routes working out perfectly there. Oh, no such luck, though.
So where is that dang old mirror? Alright, where you going, Crrool? Please go to Death Mountain. Please do it? He's not doing it. He's gonna go get the Cane of Samaria, which is good. Yeah,
it saves you forgetting about it. Just, you have it relatively fresh in your memory just now, may as well get it by now. It can help with menuing a little bit as well. So, most notably for stuff like the hammer, because it's right underneath it. Oh, wow, okay.
We haven't seen a map yet, so we don't know if T-Rock's required. Or we might have seen a map and I just missed it. But we got a Tempered Sword and an Ice Rod.
Not bad.
And it would be incredible to see the mirror. Like,
and Turtle Rock is Crystal 5.
Ooh.
I believe it was ice that was blue.
No, Pod and Swamp were the pendants, it looked like.
Okay.
And, of course, the one medallion they don't have is the one that they need. Every time.
Every time.
Every time. But yeah, finding Mirror in here would be perfect, because then he could just mirror to get to the other side of Death Mountain to do Hera and check the tablet. What's it gonna be?
Oh, there's the hammer. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also good.
Oh my!
Wow! Oh boy!
Did you or did you not call that? That is terrible news for Crrool here, because now he really needs to get that book.
I want to point something out, though. You know what Ben's forgetting? He's forgetting to grab that powder.
Yeah. You know what? Good point, because Magic Bat could as the
yeah. I don't blame him, though. Once you get that hammer and mirror, you're like, oh, I can go to Hera. I'm going to go do that instead.
Wow. Okay. So, this was a big back and forth type thing here. Needed to go up to Death Mountain to get the hookshot, go round to get the book from Spiral Cave, go back to get the Moon Pearl from Desert with that, and then go back up the mountain to get the Mirror Hammer. Oh my. My word.
Crrool's heading into Eastern.
Oh dear.
That's rough. Yeah,
best case scenario is he'd find a bow here, right?
Well, yeah. That would be the best case scenario, no doubt.
Just about the only good case, but...
it's pretty low.
Oh, but there's no chance of completing Hera just now without the fire.
So we're gonna have to come back up to this stupid mountain a third time, and then potentially a fourth time. Alright, Village of Outcasts. What do you got for us?
So this is where the bulk of the item gathering tends to happen now. After you've got the initial burst of South Light World and Kakariko, it's usually Village of Outcasts, the sort of South Dark World type, really gives you the mid-game stuff here. So
usually.
We'll see.
You've gotten a lot of stuff already, so I have a feel like it's a good chance that there's going to be nothing.
Yeah.
And the last few things we need are going to be scattered throughout pendant dungeons or some garbage. I mean, some amazing, beautiful garbage. The other thing is, I wonder. I hope Ben remembers that powder if it ends up being useful, as well as grabbing the Canis Mario when he gets a chance.
Yeah, it really is interesting that you wouldn't take it, because most of the Dark World dungeons have anti-fairies, or a lot of them, at least the bunny beams that you could use to get health back. And Ben at the moment is running 5 hearts green mail. That's
not a healthy seed.
No, I mean Crrool has got a fair bit more, but even that, you know, with green mail, it can very easily evaporate. And Ben does have to do the Hellway in this dungeon.
He's gonna have to be careful.
At the moment, at 2 hearts. I don't know, man. I'm kind of.
And the other thing is, Crrool did get the boots from Sahaso's hut, which
that's a big help.
That's an interesting location to not hit up before like committing to the Dark World, because there's no requirements to get in there except for bombs, but that's not like part of the logic or anything. So they're free reign. So far often you'll find something good in there.
Yeah, that's true. And well, when you've got the flute, even the argument of it takes too long to get over there is mitigated quite a bit, because you can flute to 5. So and you can see in this dungeon in particular just how big a difference the boots really do make here. Taking the heart early, don't really disagree with that when you've only got 5 to begin with.
And the other thing is, when is Ben going to make his way over to Eastern Palace of Darkness section until he gets the bow? Yeah,
and I mean, especially when you said Pod was a pendant, so...
Ooh, rough for Crrool. Finding nothing but hearts and rupees, it seemed. So... we might... do you think we'll see a trip to Aga Tower now?
Yeah, it's possible, isn't it? because yeah,
yep, looks like it.
You'd be thinking at this point, well, I don't have Moon Pearl, then Pyramid item is usually something really good. So
the thing is, he knows where the Moon Pearl is. He just doesn't know where the book is.
Yeah, that's true.
That's rough.
Yeah, he might be thinking that Mirror is here, Mirror or Book, because those are the two things that he needs to get the Moon Pearl. Yeah, it's just sad to say we already know where they are, and this isn't a particularly easy Agate Tower. Like it's not the worst ever, but you are still running Master Sword. The lack of the ability to use those silver arrows you've got.
Right. It's just a slap in the face.
And you've got Bombos as a good offensive weapon, but it takes forever to cast. So I think it's roughly 9 seconds or something that it takes to use. So most of the time you're probably wasting more time than you would save by casting it. Ben's done fantastically through this dungeon, by the way. He's been on those 5 hearts, now 6, for the entire dungeon, and he has not done not had any problems at all.
It looks like he's counting chests, because he's not grabbing that big chest.
So that means he has not found map or compass yet, then?
I would believe so.
Because he does have access to the chest, having the hammer. Oh, the Bright Future one. That one, when combined with Uncle's "This Seed is the worst" one, is always the Omen one.
I'm getting mixed messages. I don't know how to feel right now. Alright, just beautiful work on a blind by Ben. Didn't even take any damage.
And to his credit, Crrool is making really good work of Agate Tower here as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what is on the pyramid. I hope it's something, but I don't think there's anything that it could be that would benefit him much.
Not in the immediate term.
Right.
Something like
it could be like a fire rod or something.
That's what I was gonna get to. The fire rod or even the lamp would be of a benefit.
Or bow. Bow would be cool, but that might send him... I don't know if he got all 3 items in Eastern, but we'll see. And Ben picking up the cape, so there's a nice safety, yeah. What else we got?
The cape is an interesting one because, like, functionally, it's a fetch quest item, really, because it gives you access to 1 item in the north of Darkworld. But when you sort of look at it from the utility aspect, especially when you've got fracture magic of some description, it can be incredibly good. Especially for Vitreous, I think Karkat was the first one I saw do the dash strats through that. That was absolutely amazing to see, but you can do some really, really neat stuff with the cape. It's super crazy on ice. Like, if you ever use the cape... Oh, there's the fire rod. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Dug up the fire rod. So that really narrows down what could be on this pyramid here. Bow or lamp, I think, are the best ones. Maybe Ether? But that wouldn't immediately help, but in the long run.
I rarely see medallions on the pyramid. At least
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I was saying earlier about Ben grabbing the Cane of Samaria, but he still doesn't have the boots, so can't really do that now.
Nah. Alright, what you got?
What's it gonna be?
It's a beetle.
Oh no. Oh, we get to see the best version of the Peg Cave. Bootless strats. How exciting. Oh, here we go. Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I think Crrool is entirely out of options beyond this at this stage.
No, definitely.
He basically had this, or... I mean, this is something that happens quite a lot, right? Where you have either Aga or a really long thing. Mostly Zora tends to be the one that I see as the biggest sort of gamble of that, or Agina's Cave or Ice Rock Cave, somewhere like that. You've basically got 2 options as to where you go, and unfortunately when you pick wrong, you really feel it because they're all like long to get, hard to get to locations.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, you know, stuff not paying out, like that pyramid, it looks like we've only got the piece of heart off of the blacksmiths here. So counterfeit surgeons in this one.
So all Ben needs to finish is Ether and those boots to get the can of Samaria.
And the bow, but yeah.
And the bow, yeah. So we still have a few items that we're looking for. So he's going to be checking all of his Dark World stuff.
Those
and oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, when you don't have your mic on or you don't have sort of access to that stuff, you see Christos do this quite a lot as well. You will tend to see the frustration come out in some of the players here. Like,
oh gosh, who was it? Oh, there was somebody who like unleashed an entire like magic bar of fire rods on a chest. That was in the Doorless Hut, and I don't know what it had. I think it had the hammer. It had something, but oh, it was funny. Sean Cass, yeah.
Yeah, it's always amusing to see that, I guess, a bit of the personality come out here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Always just get to see the irritation. And I didn't really mention Ben's right here, but this is one time where I do like going all the way through the Dark World, even when you've got the flute, using the pebble chest here, because you can just mirror back to Bombos here and just get that tablet done as well. Oh, there's the lamp, okay.
Oh,
so
nice.
there was no chance of being able first time you got up there, no matter what. That's interesting.
Nice. We're not going to be seeing any dark rooms. And man, if only Swamp wasn't a pendant, this would have been the perfect routing, because then he could have immediately gone and done Swamp Palace if he wanted to.
Yeah, he's got all the stuff to do.
Here's hoping Ether is in Pendant Swamp.
I mean, I know it's Green Pendant, but this means there was no chance of doing Desert Palace the first time you went through either,
No.
huh?
Yeah, because both fire sources were locked behind a Dark World. With one being at Digging Gaming, yeah, one being at Purple Chest.
This is slightly unfortunate. Knowing what we know, obviously, stuff kind of plays a little bit differently there, but this is kind of unfortunate knowing that Hammer, Mirror, and a whole bunch of other really good stuff is up on the mountain here. At the very least, Crystal 6 is Thieves Town, so that's one benefit here.
Mm-hmm. And if he does it early, he will luck out because the item in the big chest was one of the dungeon items, so...
Yeah.
Alright, Hype Cave. Let's get hype. Please don't let us down.
I guess it's still possible that the bow could be at the Pyramid Ferry. Like, outlandish, but possible that it could be there. Because with Crystal 6 having been Thieves Town, you don't need the bow in order to do anything in Turtle Rock. So,
That
possible.
was a weak Hype Cave. Another bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure 300 rupees to a normal person would be amazing, but 300 rupees to a speedrunner?
Yeah, that's almost 2 blue potions. So if you need the safeties, that's really good. But
Hey, that's a good point.
or if you're doing the glitch category, do IPA with those?
Yeah. I wonder if Ben's gonna check Catfish after this. It's usually the good option. And then either he could like mirror and fly away, or backtrack and then hookshot across to go check north of Graveyard.
Yeah.
That's usually a good spot as well.
Yeah, I think if I was in his position, I would, given that he's got the cape and everything, I would consider going back to Village of Outcasts and doing the north side before doing Catfish. But then, you know, you could always just do it the other way around as well. But just for the sake of having a route that just keeps you on one path the whole time, because I mean, you've got the flute; it doesn't really matter. But it's just a case of when are you going to check those north side things if you're not going to chain it with a Catfish here. So yeah, looking at Thieves Town here, you can see just what a difference these boots make in this mostly linear corridor bit. And I like the play from Crrool here because there's a chance that Hammer is down here, but if it is, well, you just take your losses. But since you got a key in the first 4, you don't need to go up and get that key. It's more important when you don't have the boots, as Catfish turned out to be a dud here by the looks of it. Yeah, much more important when you don't have the boots, because you're taking a long time to walk up if you don't have them. But when you do...
But what if boots were next to blind, or next to the maiden, or next to the bomb thing? Or not boots, hammer.
Yeah.
Then what did you do? Is it worth, the risk? Of all the times I've seen hammer in Thieves Town, other than it's always been in like the first 4.
I have had one where blind had the hammer, and then the boots were in the big chest.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, you could have some interesting there. See, the only problem with Ben doing it this way, though, he can't check Kingston because he doesn't have the boots. It's a small thing, sure, but
yeah.
It's something. It's going to generate, I guess, a bit of a loose square, as some people have said, terminology-wise. And nothing here. Oh man.
Where is that bow? Because we know once he gets the bow, it's going to send him over to get the boots, probably. Because at this point, he has really no reason to go check Sahasrah's hut.
No, not until you get the bow.
Right, unless he like goes and finishes Desert Palace to get the green pendant for some reason. Which you never know. It could be something.
Yeah, but he can't because he doesn't have the boots, which are needed for the big key at Desert, so...
Oh, right.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
it's a frustration. It's a frustration cycle, isn't it?
I like that. What a jerk game.
And nothing on the ledge. Wow, vanilla heart piece on the ledge. Is this even random?
Yeah, we know that the bonk item I think was a heart container, and the King's Tomb I think was, I don't know, junk. Something not interesting. Alright, we're heading to Skull Woods. Let's see. It shouldn't be too bad.
No. I mean, you would hope, obviously, the pedestal check is going to happen here. It could be Aoife that's there, and that's about it, because we are just missing Bo and Aoife for completion here, since we know where Kena Samaria is, and Ben's got, like, everything else.
Everything else.
The entire game. Yeah.
And with Pod being a pendant, we're not going to see the bow there, which you might have just said already, so. If you did, I apologize.
It's a nice place for the big key to end up, although it does mean you've got to go the long way around here. But it's a nice place for it to end up, just because now you don't have to worry about coming back.
You don't have to come back. Yeah, you can full clear this this entire section right here.
Especially good when you've got Mirror and Flute. So...
Yeah,
still haven't seen any items here, though, right?
We haven't seen any items for a while.
2 small... Well, obviously one small key was necessary, but small key, big key, compass is the first items here. That's pretty rough. And another small key from there, wow!
That was a really nice setup for that bomb jump, though.
Yeah!
I really like that.
I need to probably put some time into making sure like my position for that one and the Tower of Hera one are correct without the boots.
Yeah, I've actually gotten... I can do that one bootless. Or bonkless or bootless or whatever. That one's not too bad. I have not tried to do the Hera one, because if you fall...
Yeah, it's terrifying, isn't it? Because, yeah, you fall off and you go down 2 floors.
Because without the boots, you want to have it so that you can bomb across and then walk right back down.
Yeah.
But if you mess up, you're going down 2 floors.
Yep. Oh, you don't have the mirror, Crrool. Oh, I was about to say I like the way he's doing this, and then yeah, he's not got the mirror yet, so he can't actually check the graveyard ledge and King's Tomb and whatnot.
On that muscle memory, kicking him in the butt.
He still gets to check Catfish whilst he's in the area, though, and that's not too bad.
Yeah, so he won't have to come back here, which is nice. Saves a little bit of time. But yeah, and I honestly, checking all this stuff is good. He hasn't gone down. He did the north side, so he hasn't gone down to digging game yet. But
yeah,
I personally have been burned by not immediately going and checking the Dark World Death Mountain, because oftentimes there is something usually pretty good up there, and as we know, there's a lot of really good things up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Wow, Catfish really was trashing this. I knew it was bad because Ben didn't take the item, obviously. I didn't see it was that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's not even the validation arrow, so...
Oh my gosh, Mopula, that was amazing. He was working with him.
Yeah, there basically just wasn't a Moth there at all.
Here's this flying target. Please hit it a couple times.
Yeah, that's definitely something I could learn from as far as the fight goes. I'm terrible against Moth.
Then not yet going up to Death Mountain.
No.
There's still hope. We've got time.
At the very least, though, Crrool is still doing stuff which is beneficial. It's not as if he's floundering around
progressing.
doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. It'd be different if this was down to one item.
Yeah.
And he's doing one place that we already know has nothing. So he'll be getting himself the Fire Rod. And the only thing is, without the mirror, he won't be able to do the whole... He won't get the lantern, so...
Just 20 rupees there. So we are going to see that pedestal check by the looks of it.
Hello.
Yep, as we know, there's only one item for clearing the game that it could be.
Please be Ether.
Oh, increase arrow storage.
Boring.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh well, at least we have got the Fire Rod pickup for Crrool.
Alright, where's Ben heading off to next? He has the means to do...
Interesting.
Because he didn't have to do Ice Palace yet.
He didn't have the mirror and stuff when he came before, and not having the moon pile, I guess you want to just check all the stuff here at once. That bomb burst is needed.
Okay, so he can do one of the dungeons. So that's good.
Yeah.
It's worse when both dungeons require the same medallion as the one you don't have. Yeah.
The catch is, though, he needs the boots before he can do this because of what Canis Samaria is, so... Man, Crrool's menu at the moment is really ugly looking. It's just... I've spent quite a while trying to work out like all the, getting around the menu without wasting too much time with it, and one like that is just super ugly. It's so hard to navigate around that properly.
But man, at this point, you got to start wondering, where's that bow? Where could it be? It could be in so many places. He could go back and finish Tower Para, now that he has a fire source.
Yeah.
But this is good, maybe. He'll probably pop into Sahasrah's.
Yeah, you would think. Because it's possible at the bottom of the maze, I think even within the maze itself as well, it's possible just to mirror to the hub there, so it's almost as if they planned it that way for some weird reason. I have no idea why they would have, but that just is a sort of testament to the design of the game as a whole, though, because there's a lot of these sorts of things, like that mirror spot to get to the hobo from next to the hammer bridge, and the hookshot path that you swim to. So there we go. There's the. So finally, we'll see some dashing from Ben's side. Oh, lucky getting through that there. Whew. That was a really close clip there.
Well, that was interesting. I'm sure getting the boots probably said, hey, I should probably do other stuff. I'm not going to go inside and do Pendant Pod.
When I can't even finish it, yeah.
Right.
Because even though it is a pendant and you know that the pedestal's not required, it's still most likely something you would need to beat because Helmasaur quite often has an item. So...
And at the same time, you don't know if it's going to be bow locked or not, because if that first chest isn't a key, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, that's true.
And now the thing is, I wonder if Crrool is going to remember to pick up... Actually, no, Crrool never saw that powder, but he'll probably go ahead and check, maybe? I don't know, we'll see.
It would be really nice if he did. And the one advantage Crrool has here compared to when Ben did this is that he does have the Fire Rod already, so he could finish Hera.
Yeah.
And that does get him a little bit closer. Oh, No dice on the powder there.
Now he's not getting the powder because he doesn't know it exists. If I recall correctly. Because after he got the book, he wouldn't have gone back up. And he was already in the Dark World by the time he got up here, so. Alright, and Ben picking up his Cane of Samaria. I wonder if he's gonna go do Mire now.
It's definitely possible. I mean, even just now, Mire is not necessarily a terrible thing to consider here. You can do Maya into Green Pendant Desert, get the rest of the stuff there, and then check Sahash a little later. Because
we're still looking for another item in Desert Palace, as well as potentially the green pendant, whatever that holds.
Yep.
Looks like he's gonna go do this first. Not a bad idea. Light World dungeons, it's usually a good idea to clear them out.
Yeah, and with the mirror in tow, this is a really nice one to enter through this back entrance here, because you can just clear all the stuff here and then mirror out when you're done.
Yeah.
It's especially good when the big key is in a place like this, because then you can check the big chest on this side already, and then just get to the cannonball room and mirror out from there. Oh, slightly missing the timing on the shot here. Probably just going to opt to fight his way through this now. Yeah, this to me is best case scenario desert for when you're entering through the back door. Because you just don't have any other issues when coming back. He's already checked the chest at the top there because that's the one you can access with nothing in tow.
Yeah, so and it had the flippers, which automatically forces either a big key or a small key on the bonk item.
Yep. And there's our validation arrow.
Yo, okay, let's go. What a game.
Totally in go mode now.
That's all it takes.
So this is interesting that he is deciding not to kill Lanmo here. Or at least not right now, but you would think that going through this way, that's probably not going to be something that happens now.
Yeah, I mean, when you have dungeons you can't complete right now. Because he can, I mean, but at the same time, nobody wants to full clear Ice Palace. Come on.
I actually don't mind it unless I'm stuck in a situation like I was. Don't have the hook shot and don't get a small key of the first like 3 locations. Then that kind of sucks. But, you know, I actually have a reasonably good way around it now, so I don't really mind even full clearing it so long as I get a small key somewhat early. But I know I'm an exception, because Ice Palace is the boogeyman for everyone, so, you know. Actually,
Swamp Palace is my new Ice Palace, just because how long doing the West Wing takes, and how many times I've found, like, good items in Pendant Swamp. I'm like, just don't exist, please. Get out of here. Now, we did see 10 arrows in the big chest. I don't know if we've seen the second item in Hera, but maybe Moldoran has the other one. We'll find out.
Ooh, what? So just don't poke him, and there you go. 1 slash and 1 spin with the Tempered Sword is enough to take him out in 2 hits. So, just a hot piece. Wow.
Where's that bow, man? No free Mire this time. So, a lot of times it's in I think it's the compass room where you have to light the 4 torches and go north. The 4 torches in the tile room.
Right, yeah. This one thing, I haven't had it quite as much recently, but this is one thing where I had like 90-95% of my seats had the big key in either that lamp chest you said there, or where it usually is. So, even though this might be technically the faster way around, it's like every time it's over there, so I just do that bit now regardless. So, you know. Oh, Spike Cave, this isn't something that's been checked yet.
Guys, get out of here. Freaking Twitch chat trying to throw us off. No one got the bow. Stop it. We're paying attention, okay? Nice try. Even Feasel's in on it. You guys are jerks. I quit. Good try. I almost. I thought about it. I'm like, wait, what? When? When did that happen? That's a first. I'm not even mad. No, I'm kind of mad. Alright, so we saw 1 item in Mario, it was the small shield. See what
the other one
next
was plus 5 hours. So.
Oh, was it? Okay, so Meyer is a bust, except for the crystal.
So Crrool is now going for Skull Woods. I like that. It's a very quick dungeon. I mean, this sort of follows Chris's thing of do what is quick, not what is densest, I guess. Takes ages to do. Because I think that goes back to your Swan Palace thing there, right? Because there's 6 items in there, but it takes a year to do. So it's like, I really don't want to go through this dungeon now.
Yeah, it's a huge gamble. Pendant Swamp, ugh, blech. But if it ends up having like Ether on the West Wing, I'll eat a shoe.
Just as long as it's not my shoe, that's okay.
I got some old shoes, they need to go. Yeah, what options do we have left? We've got... Hera's nothing, Meyer has nothing, Skullwoods had nothing. So yeah, it's just either in Pendant Pod, Pendant Swamp, or Ice Palace.
I mean,
Bow, Ether.
Yeah, Ether. If Ether is found first, though, that opens up a lot more places where Bow could be.
Does it?
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna go do T-Rock?
Well, Turtle Rock is Crystal 6, so...
Oh, right. That's true.
If it is there, if the Ether Medallion is found first, then that does make Bow... it makes it possible to find in more locations. And
then that powder up on...
Yep. Oh, would that not be a Crrool joke? Would that not be a Crrool joke? Either the bow or that powder leads to the ether, which then leads to Pyramid Fairy having the bow. That would be the cruelest of jokes to pull right now.
The cruelest? I see what you did there.
Yeah. I was gonna get one in at some point.
Yeah, you know, now that it's out of the way, we can move on. That moment's in the past.
There you go.
Yeah, if Batcave ends up having ether, because because otherwise, when else are they gonna go up and check when else are they gonna go up and check that?
Yep. Also, shoutouts to the Cape Strats there, by the way. I was mentioning that it has a lot of utility, and Ben is showing that off very handily.
I like it. Good bosses from both players right now. Really good stuff.
Yeah, cool. Smoth was pretty good there as well. Yeah, this is what I thought. Ben isn't gonna do the green pendant stuff here. The only thing is, like, it doesn't take very long to do Landmole when you've got Tempered Sword. And Fire Rod is a good option as well. It's annoying when you've got Silver Arrows and not the bow, because you could one-shot them if you had the bow, but it really doesn't take long, and it's, what, 2 minutes or something, that dungeon for these players? So...
But it's still a commitment when you have crystal dungeons that you can complete. It's a commitment, it's a gamble. If Ice Palace ends up having nothing, then I could easily see them going back, because otherwise, like, their only option are pendant dungeons. And, well, Ben hasn't been to Eastern Palace. Is he checking Spike Cave, or did he remember about that powder?
I think he's going back to do Tower of Hera.
Oh, right, he hasn't done Tower of Hera yet.
Meanwhile, the pedestal check for Crrool there, showing the business proposition that is before him. Not a very enticing one, but...
Womp womp. Oh, he is doing Spike Cave.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, because you would normally just save quit straight out of here. And... Well,
maybe he's aware of the powder, and he's going to go grab it after he finishes Eastern? Well, no, because he'd want to be in the Dark World already. I don't know, okay?
Yeah, I mean, this is why we're commenting and not playing this.
I don't know what he's trying to do.
Clearly, he's showing off the super speed cape stuff there. So I guess he's going to go back up the mountain? I don't know about the ordering, but checking all the locations is obviously what you want to do here. So
I mean, he's got to beat Hera either way, so I guess it didn't really matter when he'd check this.
Yeah, it's just walking up those stairs again. I always love seeing the little heavy guy just get absolutely punted.
The boot gone. See him go flying.
Yeah, it's like sometimes he doesn't get to go very far at all, and then other ones like that, he just goes all the way off the screen, and it looks amazing. Not quite as good as Christos's Samaria block tosses, though. Those are pretty spectacular. Alright, so at least the advantage of knowing that you have to do this bit now is that you just go straight to the bottom, straight to the basement, and yeah. Oh, Crrool getting mirror bombs there. Yeah, it's always the worst. I mean, you can go to the very end there and go from there, but then you run the risk if you're going back into the Dark World after that, you run the risk of bonking when you go back in. But yeah, it's always a frustrating thing. So Crrool isn't going to do Misery Mire at the moment. Okay. I guess he hasn't done
he wants
blacksmiths and stuff yet?
Yeah, and because he doesn't have the lamp.
That's true, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he wants that.
Yeah, I don't actually know about those darkroom stuff. Like, I know the most time, for the most part, we would just say, "Oh, everybody can do darkrooms at this point." But I actually don't know because I haven't seen enough of those games that way. I don't remember that coming up in any of them that I commentated. So
yeah, we rarely. I mean, still, we don't really get darkrooms that often.
No.
They can be pretty rough. I know I had a bit of an adventure during I was doing a rando last night where I got a little lost on the the platform in T-Rock.
Oh yeah. See, that room is like the easiest one to do, but if you mess up. If you miss it at the beginning, it suddenly becomes an absolute nightmare. And it's like, oh god, what am I doing? How do I get through this now?
And of course, I jinxed myself right beforehand by saying, "Don't worry, guys, this is easy," and then immediately messed up, and then almost died twice.
Oh,
at a ferry, but it's just like, I should just shut up until I do it.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're not the only one who's messed it up that way. I think a certain amazing Ampharos has done that famously in one of the races I commented of him, so yeah.
You know what happens. It happens to the best of us.
It does.
Alright, Ben finishing up Tower of Hera and Crrool grabbing that purple chest. Man, if only he had that powder, he could have checked Bat Cave.
Yeah.
Oh, he already checked all the other stuff, so he's just gonna fly it, which makes sense. But he hasn't checked Bombo's tablet.
So Ben is going to get that powder at this point by the looks of it.
Oh, nice. Good stuff.
Double checking it. Yep, it is powder that's up there. I probably would have gone for the other side, since you're already up the top there, like just open up the thing to T-Rock. Like, obviously you can't open the dungeon, but you can open the teleporter. Yep. Oh. Yeah. This is why. I mean, to be fair, in the vanilla game, when was the last time you went out here? Meanwhile, big plays are happening on the other side here.
All right, we got big plays from both players. Let's see which one pays off. Oh, and Ben missing the little hookshot trick.
It can be a little bit finicky.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're too far over to the right, like if you're just square with the block, then you can't actually hookshot onto the left.
I'm shaking my head right now, right? Shaking my head so much.
I did
actually so low
think
effort.
About it at the time.
You should just kept going with it. You don't repeat what you just said. If anyone mentioned, yeah.
I didn't actually think of it until I was starting to say it, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah. You're fired. Now you see that hookshot use there more often when you have like only the Master Sword, because it just takes a spin attack to kill the little penguin boys. And we saw the first item in Ice Palace. What a piece of heart.
Another good one.
You know, I'm okay with this visit. It really comes down to... Well, it's interesting that he went here before doing Mire.
Yeah, a little bit. Both dungeons are horrendously long, but this dungeon is one that you could skip all the way through if you are in Go mode at the time. Which...
Well, conveniently, Meyer ended up having both of its items pretty much in like the quickest route possible, so...
Yeah.
We didn't have to see the vanilla vanilla big key location, we didn't have to see the bridge.
So Crrool just going for the standard kill here. These guys lag a lot when they're left on the screen here. It's one of the biggest advantages. Oh, just a heart. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wow, this is...
We got a race,
really,
guys. We got a race. Let's go, dude.
And I like this from Crrool, like not doing the bomb jump here. I mean, he also didn't get a small key out of the first chest, which... lends a little bit of difficulty to doing this, because if you don't get a small key in either of the first two chests, you generally spend more time in the dungeon than you want. Like, it wastes time to do the bomb jump if you have to go and get that small key, which is to the right of the drop.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do the bomb jump if you have the Cane of Samari, right?
No. That's because you can just use the cane to get there. You just need to find a big key in that case. So
yeah, because you have to go back down the north. Yeah.
But you're full clear in the dungeon anyway, so you want the big key. So, oh, that's the second item. Oh, that's not good. Just +5 bombs.
Ooh. And
So
Ben's
Ben
going into
is- yeah.
pod. Big gamble right here. Who's got the bigger gamble? You know, it's still this. At this point, I can't imagine pod being bow locked, but if it is, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh out loud.
Well, the moment of truth for you is coming up.
I can hardly wait. What's it gonna be?
Oh. Okay,
Oh,
so
not
you
bow locked.
can
All right.
progress through.
And oftentimes, the right side stinks anyway, because it's usually nothing but small keys.
Yeah, 2 small keys is just about all there ever is up there, so...
I will literally laugh out loud. You heard it here first. Okay, I like this routing. Though the biggest problem I have with pod is far often than not, 2 of the chests in this dungeon are often use a key to get a key. This one that Ben is doing right now, and then the one right south of the butter sword. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
What a good first item in the dungeon.
Interesting pathway by Crrool here, though. He did the hook shot back to the chest for the, above the big chest there. He's actually gone up this way round rather than saving the key and going up the hook shot path. I think that misses out on the chest, does it? No, it doesn't, because it's in... Oh, just the Cane of Burner is the 3rd item here. He needs the big key, so that's why he's still got to open the chest here, but nothing in Ice Palace at all. So we are looking at Pendant Dungeons here as our options, so Ben going to pod at the moment is the right call.
Yeah, we've only seen 1 item so far in pod.
So
now, what would be hilarious is if, let's say, well, let's see what they do first before I start throwing out wacky. Okay, so let's say Bo ends up being Green Pendant from Desert Palace.
yeah.
And then you use Bo to get Ether, which is locked in the right side of pod.
Right. Okay.
And then, well, that would put you in Go mode, but that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be very
Quote-unquote hilarious.
Crrool's not necessarily sure on the item count here. Yep, just a small key from that, because we saw the heart piece, the +5 bombs, and the Cane of Burner. So
Well, at least we know that all of our players should be both of our players should be getting Butter Sword then, but still no armor.
oh, there's the ether.
Oh,
Oh goodness, the pyramid fairy thing is still possible. Oh no. Oh, not like this. Okay, so
that's
Ben
a
obviously
high value location. Oh, he's gonna go ahead and check out Eastern.
Yeah, because I think that makes sense, because
Yeah, because you're here. You might as well.
And if it turns out that Bo was here, this would not only be go mode, but this is exactly where you'd want to be with the bow. Nice use of the bomb burst here, just to wipe out Cold Stare's first phase in one hit. It's a little bit slower, but it conserves your magic, so you could use it for a cape or whatever
when
you want.
When you have half magic and tempered sword, I feel like Fire Rod would be the better choice. But still, I'm not gonna judge. You're right. Green mail. It's a little scary.
It's just another one of those sorts of plays. Yeah, Val's done it either. Just wow.
Brutal.
So, if you were in Crrool's position at the moment, where would you go first? Would you go Misery Mire just because it's a crystal? Or would you go for...
I would definitely do Misery Mire.
Okay.
The other question is, following that, will we be seeing Swamp Palace today? Because I would love to see both our players go through T-Rock, find nothing, and then Fat Fairy has nothing. Maybe like an armor upgrade, and then Bo is on West Wing. Well, at least I'm not going to be eating a shoe today since we already found
something is missing.
The Ether Medallion. So, GG's to that.
So, in Ben's position before, and then, like, say, would you have gone to Palace of Darkness yourself, or would you have gone Swamp first?
I probably would have gone Swamp. Just because so many times I've been burned by doing Pod instead of Swamp, and then Swamp was the right choice.
That's fair.
I don't know. I just need to put on like a clock or something. Like, okay, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays I go to Swamp first, and on Tuesday, Thursdays I go to Pod first. Because either one's the right choice or the wrong choice until you get there.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing to really think about that way. It's just it's tough. I mean, you would want to say Swamp because Swamp actually has more items and you can finish the dungeon, so you know every item's accessible. But at the same time...
Technically, since he hadn't done Eastern, that's potentially 8 items.
That might have weighed into his decision.
That's usually what my logic goes into when it comes to checking this whole section versus Swamp, is it's like more items equal more chances, but... I mean, not having Bow, though. If I had Bow, no hammer, maybe? I would... Well, never mind. That's a dumb thing. You can't do Swamp without hammer.
Unless it's in the first chest.
Well, how wacky would that be?
Yeah,
first item chest, yeah.
Likely enough that I've had it in about 3 separate seeds, so...
Man, you're getting all the you're getting all the bad luck, dude.
Yeah. This is why I wouldn't generate seeds for anything in terms of SOL stuff. Yeah, so Ben is also doing Ice now. I mean, it makes sense. You really don't want to commit to something like T-Rock in this logic when it is much less likely. I mean, if it was in current logic, then T-Rock would be a much more valuable play. But right in VT18, not so much. Not that we haven't had our share of interesting things be there in terms of the tournament. I'm pretty sure the lamp was in Mimic Cave, the one I heard about.
Oh gosh, I remember that. That was amazing. But yeah, T-Rock is usually always wanting to be done last just because of how convenient it is to finish that and then immediately go to G-Tower.
Yep.
But that at the same time can mess you up because that ends up being what you need to do, because so many times we've seen where... because T-Rock is one of the other crystals, right?
Yes, Crystal 6. So
Bow at Fat Fairy is it's looking pretty good.
I like this the setup there. It wasn't so mentioned at the time, but the way that basically the NNG stuff, where Dan set the second bomb down so he could hit the crystal switch, didn't have to hit it in the conveyor room, and just run with that. So Ben is definitely setting up for the stuff here. The only catch is no small key in the first 2 chests, so that's an irritation. But basically, when you've got the hook shot, what that would entail here is you just go back up the stairs and you go north of that in crossroad room, and then you fall down, do the hook shot stuff, go from there. Or you could bomb jump this, but you know.
There are many ways to route Ice Palace, and they're all wrong, because Ice Palace is awful.
See, the thing is with this now, like, this is what I was sort of talking about. Then when Crrool did this, he didn't have the crystal switch down, so since he's full clearing anyway, getting all the item stuff.
This is what I normally do.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with this, it's just like compared to having the crystal switch there, this kind of, it takes a bit longer. And if you don't have the hook shot, then this kind of gets you very stuck.
Well, I rarely go to Ice Palace without the hook shot in hand.
That's fair. But... And then you get hookshot on the Trinex. It's just like, come on.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like you can get every item in this dungeon without the hookshot, but it mostly, depends a little bit on where the small key is end up. Still, it's relatively likely that between one of the first two chests and Colstair that a small key is there. There are, what, 3 of them in the dungeon?
3 small keys? Because
there's 3 items, well no, okay, 2 of them, because there's 3 small items. Yeah.
And one in a pot. Or no.
I always seem to forget.
Pot. There's one under a rock.
Yeah. No, there's 2 because I always forget. Like I just go, map and cover is fine, and then no, you kind of need to factor in the big key as an item as well. Like, yeah.
Can we just all agree that Ice Palace stinks?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, despite the fact that I don't mind doing it now, it's still an engine, because you still got to go through like half of it at least before you actually get anywhere. So Ben's been counting items here. He knows that he's done. Crrool's got to be really careful of his health here without having access to the powder. Does have a green potion in the cave.
Yeah, he's good.
Yep, this is pretty much what I did all the time leading up to the tournament as well. Is just put the cape on, slash the things down, and just go from there.
Because you can also do some damage on the big eye, too.
Yep.
Save you a couple arrows. Oh.
Which he can't even use, so...
You're right, because there's no... Well.
Yeah, this is what Ben did as well. He's got him stuck in the corner with the cape, and just
okay, yeah, I didn't even... I missed that part, like the... Ben's fight with Vitreous.
Yeah.
I'm just dumb.
He used the cape, but he did the standard energy spin strats, and then... knocked him into the corner, into that same left corner, actually. Knocked him into the corner with the cape still on and just went from there.
Yeah, the NMG strats are still definitely faster for taking out the small dudes.
I think even if you've got Master Sword, so long as you've got enough... Oh, very nice Coldstair there, just getting locked in the corner. Yeah, it's amazing what a difference that makes.
Alright, what's Crrool's next option?
P. He hasn't finished the dungeon yet. Crrool, I believe, went straight into Misery Mire without doing... Ben went to Desert first, got the other item.
He hasn't seen the other item. He's gonna go get his Validation Arrow.
Or maybe. So I'm kind of wondering if he's doing that. Maybe he did do it and I just didn't see it.
Oh no, is he gonna go get... I don't remember.
You need the big key to finish this dungeon, and the big key needed the Pegasus bits, which...
Please pause.
Oh wait, no, he did the full dungeon before him because he had the Pegasus boots before coming in.
Oh yeah, you're right. He just didn't have a fire source.
That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're good. I was getting nervous there for a second.
Yeah.
All right, so this could be a huge play because Ben's going into Swamp Palace. If Desert Palace ends up having that, the bow from Green Pendant, and then he would probably go into Pod as well as finishing Eastern looking for Ether.
Yeah, I guess you would, because you could fill the dungeon at that point, and you're basically there anyway. Although I'd imagine if you're just going for Pendant, it'd be a tough call. Would you go into the Dark World?
It's a really tough call. I would still set up the whole Dark World.
Oh no! What?
Oh, what?
No! Not like this.
Wait, okay, when did he do Desert Palace then? Oh, he didn't have the book. He didn't have the book.
Oh,
he didn't do it. Oh, we're
goodness sake. Okay.
Wait, but then he got the book, and maybe he just beelined over to the Moon Pearl?
Wait, does he actually have the flippers then?
Yeah. Maybe he just forgot to get the big key. What? I'm gonna have to go back and watch because I have, I have no idea.
I'm actually a bit confused now. Yeah, he did just. Oh wow, okay.
That's
okay,
super unfortunate. Okay.
How bizarre. Because yeah, he definitely had the boots and everything coming in. So weird. Okay.
Crrool, we'll have to ask him. Crrool! Alright, let's see. Swamp Palace or Desert Palace? Which one's going to be our victor today? Or neither. Neither would be the most funny.
Because neither keeps the Pyramid Fairy dream alive.
Right?
Nah, in all seriousness though, that is definitely something you about in the newer logic, but not nearly so much in this one. Yeah,
the idea of T-Rock even having the bow itself is just so slim in this version. I feel like that's happened in the tournament once, but I didn't see the game, so I wouldn't know. But I feel like there was talk about that. I remember there was a flute in T-Rock, but I don't think that wasn't in the tournament. Oh, that spot right there is always a good spot for an item. And Swamp Palace where Ben just was.
Yeah.
Alright, he's going for going west side. West wing.
So, what's your general take on which way round to go in this dungeon? I know it depends on where the big key ends up as to which one is like faster as a whole, but what's your take on this?
I will... If I don't get big key in like the first item chest, or the first two, I'll usually go straight to Argus, because I'm banking on Argus having the big key.
Right.
If Argus doesn't have the big key and I pick it up early, I will backtrack just to check that big key. Oh, he's going to the Dark World. Why is he doing this?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. It's like, okay, so my first thought is, if you're going from forward, then you might just be going straight to Sahashala, but though that probably still wouldn't have made sense. But it's like, okay.
Well, but yeah, there's no good way to route Swamp Palace either. It's either like, do I want to do West Wing or do I not want to? Sometimes it's better to do all of it going to Argus, because then if you get the big key and check the big chest, and then, because what if the West Wing has just dungeon items? You don't want to do that.
Yeah, if it has just map and compass, oh man.
And I'm queuing up my dot forfeit right then.
Yeah, I was gonna say hashtag.
Crrool, where are you going?
Don't forget to check the thing. No, but okay, there we go. Interesting place to check it from.
Oh.
Oh, wait, hang on. Bow in swamp, huh?
Wow.
That's rough. Because you've had to check both pendant dungeons here. Wow. Every single pendant dungeon had something in this run that was needed.
I didn't even see what Ben got, or not Ben, but what Crrool got from Sahasrahla.
So that was not only bow in swamp, but that was also bow in the left wing, right?
Yeah. That's brutal. That's like the last thing you want to do. Nobody wants to go to pod without the bow. Nobody wants to go to Pendant Swamp ever, and especially nobody wants to check the west side of Pendant Swamp.
Yeah.
So, that was actually smart, as opposed to, because what if they had followed what my routing would have been? I would have gone and done Argus and then checked West Wing last, and then I've been feeling pretty bad.
Yeah, and with the way the seed has gone, there's not even any extra bonuses you could have picked up from that, because they've got half magic, they've got silver arrows. I mean, I guess you could have had a mail upgrade, but other than that, I mean, they've even got mirror shields, so armor is just about the only luxury that you could have gotten there.
So yeah,
I like this from Crrool here. Using just the one key, just going straight up and around here. I like this. Oh, I don't like the fact that he did that.
I don't like that.
No. So I've actually taken to shooting an arrow at the second guy here and just dashing up the bridge, because he always gets hit by the arrow if I fire it anywhere near. Right, and it's just one because I usually will bomb that wall as I'm going up the bridge. So. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have boots, I would do that.
Yeah, if I didn't have boots, it'd be different. But
so this isn't too bad. He's got 2 keys, so he can definitely use both keys up in this area. And the second chest in the Dark Maze is where the ether was. So
the one thing is, I wonder if finding ether is going to send him to T-Rock, or if he's going to gamble on Pendant Swamp. All right, and that's Eastern Palace. Super free when you got silvers.
Yeah. Man, no. This seed is rough.
What a brutal seed.
It's not quite as rough as it could have been, but it's not far off it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the worst would have been, like, something at Helmet. Like, if they put both of the items at the bosses or something.
Yep.
Oh, that golden
that
bee!
Bee
Nice.
just completely destroyed the Triceratops guy there.
He's going off on an adventure. Now, if only the bee would also pick up items and bring it to you. Then he'd be the goodest of bees. Can you guys program that? Devs? Any devs in chat? Can you program that? I want the goodest of bees.
So that'd basically be a beamerang at that point then.
I like it.
So
right.
Crrool has found ether and is on his way to Turtle Rock. Man. I do not blame him. I mean,
I don't either.
We've met. Can we delete that guy as well? Seriously, that one guy. Just oh my god, the number of times that I have seen that. Oh my goodness. Just why? That is pretty much it. I'm done.
Well, at least both of our players are going to be doing T-Rock around the same time. It's just one's going to be without the boat. So
I actually don't know how many I don't know how many races or even just seeds and whatnot Crrool has done since the last sort of time he was on stream here. If he's played a lot of new Logic seeds, then maybe that seed in a little bit here, thinking, oh, it's Crystal 6, I have all the stuff for it.
I don't know. I haven't seen him on SRL or anything. I haven't seen him
that's why I don't know.
A while, so he might have. It's possible he's only been playing Randomizer via the tournament. So
I mean, he's still doing fantastic for that sort of thing. If he hasn't played a lot, that's no shade on that. He's still playing.
Yeah, I mean they're hitting bosses everywhere. You never know. People just come out of the woodworks and they're like pros.
Yep.
But once again, I feel like a lot of times it's these NMG runners that excel. They excel. Like they get better at the game faster.
Yeah.
All they have to learn is routing. That's it. And understanding the logic. They already have everything else down. Execution, movement, glitches, all that good stuff. So, but no, this has been really good stuff from both players, definitely.
Yeah, this has been a wild scene.
Okay, so Crrool's last SRL race was his race against Iggy.
Okay, right, yeah. That explains a lot. And
almost a month.
It's a long time to go without playing this at all. And I mean, we were talking with him beforehand, and he has a butt ton of races, not just races, butt ton of speed games that he does. I think he's saying he's got nearly 80 in the speed, whatever leaderboard stuff is going on with. He does so many different games that, yeah, and he's also in the Pokemon Red tournament, so that's...
Oh, nice.
So it may have been doing some practice for that as well. It's a lot to manage with these things,
Yeah.
Just playing one speed game is, tricky enough to do really well at, but when you play so many different ones, it can be hard to just keep yourself fully fresh on everything, right? But like I've said, nothing against the way he's played in this, because it's been really solid.
Are you thinking about picking up any other speedrun games? I'm looking for more tournaments, because now that I'm out and I've tasted that, I've lived that tournament life. I'm like, I want more. I want to play something else. I want to lose again. I just want that feeling of
Just gotta be careful here. He did get a fairy in the Dark Maze when he released that bee, but gotta be careful here. Yeah, these chomps can be really tough to work around green mail.
Yeah, and you just...
I mean, if
you don't want to die, so...
I think just pulling the cape out there probably would be the ideal thing, but, you know, it's tough to say. So, Ben getting good key luck here. I don't believe he ever had to go out.
Did he check the big chest?
I don't believe so, because I haven't heard the music transition, because he's the one I've got on side. So I didn't hear any music transitions, so I think it was just a perfect route for Turtle Rock here. 3 small keys and the big key in the first 4 chests. That's what you want to see when you're trying to go mode this dungeon. Oh, gotta watch out that bunny laser. And because Crrool didn't pick up the powder, that's the other big thing here, is that he can't actually get his health back because the powder is non-existent.
Oh, and he's still looking for the bow, so he's gonna check every chest here as well. Hey! Small key for your small key.
That's always the worst one. It's like, you know it's gonna be there, but you have to check it anyway. Oh, we're gonna see the 0 cycle?
2, 3...
No problem.
It's gonna be close.
Absolutely no problem.
Beautiful. The thing is, after he finishes T-Rock, he's not gonna have any...
Oh no! Cool. I know he's got the fairy, but you really don't want to use it here. The mirror shield does help out. You know, mirror shield, half magic cape do help a bit. Thing is, with these guys, when you've got at least tempered sword, like if you've only got master sword, using the fire rod is preferred. But when you've got tempered sword or higher, then the spin attack kills them in 1 hit if you position it right. So.
Yeah, after this, he's gonna have no other option but to go to Swamp. And I'm curious to see what his routing is going to be in Swamp, if he does it the right way or... Oh, there is no right way.
Nah.
What he's going to do. But yeah, guys, get your set time again. You can throw your numbers in chat, and... You know.
Yeah.
I'm not really good at selling this whole portion of it.
Just throw the numbers in chat and we'll just not pay attention to them because that's how it goes, right?
I'm not counting anyway, so, you know.
It's always funny because everybody's got different routes going through GT. Like, there's obviously the main one that you see of checking the 2 chests on the right and then going left, but there's plenty of variations to that, so it's not even consistent about which chest is which. Wait, did Crrool just not open the big chest there? I mean, we know that it isn't going to make a difference to him here, but he just hookshotted that chest and went straight past it. Interesting when, I mean, he's still looking for stuff. Because he did Mimic Cave, and then just didn't open
I don't know. I didn't see it. Alright, let's see if this right side gamble is going to pay off.
I mean, I imagine this situation has to be pretty frustrating for Crrool. Like, even though you're still just... I mean, you're not that far over 90 minutes here, but that shield. Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
And yeah, the smart play here, going to get the key next room, and that is it. Very well done.
It's the quickest of right sides, too.
Yeah,
not even
very solid.
Stupid route, but just going straight for it. GG. So that was what? Chest number 1, 2, yeah, 4. 4.
Well, have to check the 2 in the right side at first, so you could get a key. So it would be 6, I'd imagine.
But he opened up the big chest, the big key on the 4th.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Did you count, Gamer Cal? Do they teach math where you're from?
I wasn't thinking of it in that way, okay? I was just thinking how many chests he had opened.
Well,
this is why I don't put.
He's probably opened hundreds of chests at this point. Dun, 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 dun.
Technically, there are hundreds of chests in the game. Well, at least a singular 100. you know.
Was it like 216 or something?
Total locations, yeah, but that includes
locations,
stuff.
yeah.
So
like 100 and whatever numbers.
4,
All right.
I mean 5, I mean fire. Don't let him through. Ah, Star Fox 64 had so many wings.
Yeah, when's that tournament coming up? We're just gonna play multiplayer.
That would be interesting. So when's Bomberman 64 coming up then?
I know! I gotta wait for DT to get back from his trip. Play some B-Man. I miss it. Interesting choice by Crrool doing the right head first. I guess he just didn't want the ice on the ground.
Yeah, I can understand that. He didn't actually pick up by the sword from, so I can understand not wanting to go for that.
Ben with the quickest of gauntlets.
Yeah, that was
Silver arrows on land
absolutely
level
awesome.
2. Easy peasy.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing where you see the energy runners truly shine. Is when they would have more resources than normal as well, because you don't exactly have Butter Sword, Silver Arrows in your optimal energy routes, which most of these guys do. So,
how many hearts do you usually get in MMG?
13 if you skip the sank cards, which again most of the really high level players will. In the practice ROM, actually, if you look at all the presets, the sign card is not counted in there. So.
Oh wow. All right, Crrool.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do now, buddy? Where are you gonna go?
I mean,
you don't have many options. You might go get that powder now.
Yeah, this is the right time to do it because you'd be wanting to check all the locations you can. I don't think you can drop enough bombs to run out in that menu at this point, Ben.
30 bombs still.
30 bombs still. Yeah, the easiest of plays here because you don't even have to spin attack against Moldon when you've got Gold Sword. Just don't poke him. Fine. Well, looks like we're gonna see the Dairy Queen, but that's fine.
The what? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. We're just seeing some speedrun strats from Ben.
Yeah.
Trying to beat this game, you know, as fast as he possibly can. He's got everything he
kind
needs,
of the idea, right?
Alright, where is Crrool going back into pod?
I think he's looking to do the Pyramid Ferry, but just forgot where best to start from.
Oof.
I mean, nowadays it's not really this. Yeah, there you go. It's looking back. Nowadays it's not like the most common of things to do in this. I mean, in this logic, it's not. Not the most common.
If T-Rock is one of them, then I'm like, no. I'm
yeah.
Highly unlikely.
So it's not common that you even need to do the Pyramid Ferry. So, you know, I don't blame him for not quite remembering where best to start from.
Well, at least he did beat Aga, so he can, you know, do a little quick thing. All right, let's see how quick of a Ganon we got. Ooh, got some dash strats going on. I like that.
This is something I should probably look at learning as well because they just look so cool.
It's a lot more doable with the Gold Sword.
Yeah,
Tempered Sword you can, but you're not gonna get. I don't think you can get your 12 quickly enough with Tempered Sword.
Yeah, it's like depending on Ganon's positioning. If I don't have the cape, then I often have a hard time getting all 12 hits in one phase. And wow, just a green potion there, green potion and the 5 arrow capacity.
Ooh.
Or is it bomb capacity? Probably bomb capacity. So no need to care about the torch glitch when you have this sort of resource. Unfortunately not able to get multiple hits just because of positioning, but that's fine. Easy as you like.
Boom. And there we have it, guys. our winner of game 1, going to ajneb174, aka Ben.
And that was a really good time for a seed that had pendant dungeons required for everything. Official SRL time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 22 seconds.
Good stuff. GG's. Good race.
Yeah,
Super troll.
Absolutely.
I would be livid if this was if I had to do a seed like this. I mean, because usually I'll pop into pendant dungeons anyway, but Pendant Pod and Pendant Swamp are like the worst pendant dungeons. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Pendant Ice is pretty bad too.
Yeah, it is. Although at the very least, you can often know that you don't have to go for Cold Stare, because I don't know about you, but I find Cold Stare has a small key like almost all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So at the very least, you might not have to finish that dungeon. So, you know, mitigate things a bit, but it's still pretty bad. I think Pendant Mire is probably one of the worst ones because it takes forever and there's still only 2 items in there. So that to me is one of the worst. Obviously Turtle Rock, but that's, you know, if you have to go into Turtle Rock to get progression items, something has gone very, very wrong in the seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess he hasn't checked this yet. Yeah, because he flew the purple chest over instead of walking it. Alright, and Ben will be with us shortly for a little post-game interview. Excited to hear his thoughts on this amazing fun seed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab some coffee. I will also be right back.
Sounds like a plan. Right, so Bombos is the check here. I mean, it makes sense to do all of the stuff in this order, especially because you're not lugging that purple chest around. You can use the boots freely. You can use the boots with the purple chest, but only if you've got the hookshot trick down. And I don't know if Crrool actually even knows about that trick. It's something I didn't even learn about until like the group stage, the elimination round here. So. Yeah, where are the blue and red mail? That is a good question. So... Oh, so Crrool just never entered this part at all. That is interesting. So then how did he have the flippers? What's Crrool doing now? The boomerangs. I know we saw both of them, but I forget exactly... Oh, was Blue Mail on the island? Okay.
Oh, Lake Hylia Island?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is he backtracking? Did he? I guess he thought he must have missed one. Because I thought we saw the single arrow on the east side.
Yes, it was.
Or maybe... Oh, he never checked east side, that's why. He went straight for the big key.
So then my thought with this is, why would you not have done this when you were doing the rest of the dungeon?
Going for big plays, dude.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, you know that. Landmola could have had the other item.
Yeah, I guess just went after you. I don't know. Like as you say, maybe just knowing the competition as well. You've gotta, you've gotta do something big there.
Sometimes you gotta make big gambles, you gotta make big plays, and sometimes it don't work.
As Alucard would say, you've got to risk for the bisque.
Risk it for the
just
biscuit?
double checking. If Crrool really does not want to go into Swamp Palace, I don't blame him. But
yeah, I don't either. Let's see, do we have anything coming up on here after this? What is today? Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, we got Donkey Kong Country. Wait, what? Oh, wait. That's 2 a.m. Never mind. No, we're good. We got nothing going on here, so we can sit and hang out. Yo! Congratulations, Ben, on your game 1 victory. What are your thoughts?
Thanks. That was awful.
Yeah, that was what we were thinking.
We thought the same thing.
Like Bow and Eater in Pendant Dungeons. That was pretty rough.
And the flippers in the other one.
Yeah. Also, that was something. pretty late boots also, but that's probably my bad.
Yeah, Crrool got the boots way earlier, but that was just checking that sort of location a bit quicker. It's just the way it goes, you know. In this logic, you probably don't want to do Eastern that much, just because it's apart from Amos, it's a low chance to have stuff, really. Yeah. So it's playing to the logic. I can going there at the start.
Quick question for you, Ben. When you were making your way over to check Sahas, were you going just to check Sahasrar's hut, or if there was nothing in there, were you gonna go pop Independent Pod way back when?
No, since I went to Dark World, I wanted to do Pod Eastern already. I was just checking that on the way. Okay. And then later I just did it anyway. So yeah.
So wait, if you had not found the boots at Sahasrar's hut, what would your routing have been? What would you have done?
I would have done Pod and Eastern.
Okay.
Very slowly. But yeah, then I don't really know.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal locations. It was funny because when we came down to we just needed Ether and Bow, I was like, all right, Ether's gonna be on the west wing in Swamp, and we were hoping for Bow at Fat Fairy, which is what Crrool ended up doing, and all he got was a green potion and a bomb capacity upgrade, so not very exciting, but
that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do early Turtle Rock when I got Ether also, but I was like, I don't know, I don't really want to gamble on Turtle Rock having something on the old version.
Exactly. Yeah. On the old logic, it's pretty rare for something useful to be in T-Rock other than the Ice Rod.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays it would be a more palatable play just because it's much more likely that something is up there. Just with all the really crazy stuff that you can get nowadays in terms of seeds. So, yeah, but since the tournament is still running on B18, yeah, completely understand. But it's just one of those moments where you go, well, what if, you know, we
yeah, that's so cool. I was also thinking I can get Fat Fairy, so that was something also, so it was two more items.
Yeah.
But still, Fat Fairy doesn't have offense something, so...
No. This isn't the new logic where it has two swords in there most times.
Yeah.
Just shy of the sub-free menu. Just seeing that coming
up.
So right there, 50 frames shy of the sub-free.
Yeah.
That last one's a frame count rather than a decimal second count. So.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know. Well, so honestly, your routing, your execution was pretty on point. So I'm sure you don't really have anything to practice for the next race. But anything you have in mind that you're gonna reconsider for the next one?
I don't think I would change anything, to be honest.
Maybe routing in Sahasrar's hut a little earlier?
I actually forgot it was the green pendant. Before entering Swamp, I checked which one was the green pendant, and I didn't see it. So I was like, oh, it's desert. So I was like, okay, if it's not Swamp, I'm going back for that 10. I'm doing Turtle Rock, because I did everything else on the overworld.
Yep.
So yeah. Didn't want to go to Turtle Rock, and maybe it was Sahasrara, so it was something. I'm saying that there's no red mail.
Yeah, they must have been west side G Tower or deeper in the swamp.
Yeah, that was a pretty awesome thing, seeing the compass room having the big key. Going right side and just going for it. That's pretty great, gotta say.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Definitely cut the time down a little bit. So what about that magic powder though? Like when you were up on Death Mountain the first time, did you just forget that it was there, or was it? The
first time I saw it, I was like, okay, it's something not that much important. So when I came back, I actually forgot what it was, but I remember it wasn't important. And then in Thiefstone, I was like, I think it was the powder. So
yeah,
I was like, okay, I do Spy Cave, I do Era, and then I pick it up.
yeah, I mean, that worked out. You got all the stuff up there, no problem. Interesting the way that this seed played out, that you couldn't even do Harrow the first time you got up there. And
that's pretty rare.
You do normally, either you get the big key and the first couple of items normal, or you have a fire source when you get up there, so you could do it anyhow, but not so much this time.
Well, I guess the nice thing is then that ended up making it so that there couldn't really have been any good items there right away, just based on how... I mean, I guess technically it could have, but since we didn't get our first fire source until Digging Game and or Purple Chest, I mean...
Yeah.
That was also interesting. Purple Chest having the lamp to stop you having to do dark rooms in Maya and T-Rock.
That was a pretty bad seed.
Yeah, hopefully you get a more friendly one.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I got some pretty good ones. I can't really complain about that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't remember what kind of seed the 119 you got in the group stages were, but I'm assuming it had to have been a pretty generous seed.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. I mean, this one was pretty good at the start.
Yeah.
Lee could do a lot of stuff, going to Dark World. Did Mountain Dark World, got Oak, got the Mooncore, got the Mirror, got kinda everything. Pretty fast ammo. Just the bow.
Yeah, there always has to be that one item, and usually it's the Ice Rod or the Cane of Samaria, but in this case, the bow was the one for it. I suppose the bow in this particular seed was only needed for 2 things, and I forget if... Well, I mean, we've probably just seen it on Crrool's side finishing Amos there. I didn't actually see if it had an item or not. So
it was compass.
But, yeah, so it was really only the one crystal and tower set that
and then gauntlet. Yeah.
So I guess the bow in this case is kind of almost like the Ice Rod would normally be, where you need it for almost nothing, and so it can be pretty much anywhere. Right. That's
stupid jerk item. Well, congratulations again, Ben.
Thank you.
Your next race, which will be tomorrow around the same time.
Yep, I'll be there for that one as well.
Nice.
And we are excited to watch another game 2. What do you think? Think you're gonna get a game 3, or you think you're gonna knock this out of the park? I feel like this is a dumb question, but I just want to hear. I want to hear how confident you are.
I really hope I will lose tomorrow, so we get a match 3. I'm really hyped for that.
Yeah, I imagine on the one hand you want to just get the 2 games done and just be done with it and go right top 8, that's it. But on the other hand, you think, well, I want to make this exciting. I want to play as much of this as I can. So, obviously you wouldn't throw the game or anything for that, but it's just a case of, well, if I lose this, maybe it's not quite as big a deal as if
Collusion.
I lost one,
Collusion.
I'm just saying.
Collusion. Well, it'll be exciting either way, and I'll make sure to wake up and watch it.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, Crrool making it now, just entering G Tower. Let's see what his routing was. Yeah, it was interesting that you went for the straight right side gamble. Was it just, if I get a small key, then I'll do right side, kind of? Leave it up to fate?
That's what I'm always doing. If I get a small key, I'm going right.
Yeah.
See, I always said if I get 2 small keys in those chests, that I go right, but maybe I could change that and just go for it. Just go for it once in a while if I get just the one there.
How often do you get 2 small keys right there, though? It's got to be pretty slim, right?
It's not that common, but it does happen, and it did happen in my tournament match with Wild Anaconda, so that's ended up why I went that direction. So, it can happen. And of course, the last time it did, and I was like, I'm on to you, game, I'm not doing it this time, and then of course it was over on that side anyway. It was in the tile room though, to be fair, so I wouldn't have picked it up the first time anyway. But, it's like, I'm not going over there this time, because you can't make me in the side anyway.
Well, it looks like we're going to see the left side of G Tower. Maybe we'll finally see some other males, some other armor.
Maybe red male gets picked. It would be the worst if the red male was at Argus, though. Just because we've had so many other stupid things in the dungeons that way already. Just add salt to the... I suppose salt to the wound is the way you would normally say it, but hey. It's always just unfortunate with the GT stuff. I mean, it's exciting when it can decide races of going, oh, you know, one person goes left, one person goes right, and then that actually helps out. That gets really exciting. But it's still frustrating how you have this dichotomy, I guess, of which way do you go? How do you play this out to make it work? Because no matter what you do, your decision could just be dead wrong, you know? And it just...
G-Tower's a mind game.
Yeah.
Usually you don't make that decision until you're already like you're waiting for the door to open up to G-Tower. And then even when you're entering, you're still like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right. Because I'll do that too. I'll sometimes go right first and just leave it up to fate. Because I usually like to do right side regardless. Because doing all of left side takes so long.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
And then that's why I like doing the stupid route where you do left side to the Stalfos and then a full clear of right side.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, just the red now. Because, you know, if you're doing all of right side and then big keys on the bonk item, like the Bob bonk item, then you're losing out on time, big time. So it's hard to say what the most efficient routing option is.
Red meal.
But
yeah, it's a good time to find it. Just at the end of the game when you almost don't need it anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't get the butter sword from Pod.
In Pod.
Yeah, when you got you got the small key as the first item, and then when you got the small key as the second one, Crrool just went straight up, which I thought was pretty good because usually there are only small keys in the two chests down the bottom of it. So I thought it was quite a neat play to just go ahead and do the top part first, because you shouldn't be able to keylock yourself out, because even if you didn't have any keys left at that point, there would have to be a small key in the bit where you bomb to anyway, or push the block off. So it was pretty neat just seeing the way that he did that, but that unfortunately means no butter. So
it's pretty good to do that if you are in go mode, I think. If you're not, you can miss on keys to just check everything apart. So I'm not sure it's always good, but if you're in go mode, that's pretty good to go right there, because usually the big key is there.
Yeah. And, I mean, there are two chests in the dungeon that you can technically lock yourself out of, but if you do, then they have to be small keys that are in there. That being where the big chest normally is, and then the one that's south of the turtle downstairs room thing. The one with the 4 turtles that it's got the spike traps and stuff in it. That can have a small key, and it's got a locked door above it, but if you don't have any keys left to get in there, it has to be a small key that you've got left, So, I don't know, but then again, weirder things have happened with the key logic here. It's always getting redone because somebody always finds a way to lock themselves out. I think we had that in one of the tournament races at some point, actually, where somebody opened up the middle door here in G-Tower and ended up running out of keys and couldn't actually finish. I think they still did finish because the hard reset, but that took about like 40 minutes or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They're like, just don't open that middle door.
Yeah, nowadays it's, from what Krista's saying, like as far as they know, it is completely safe to. But in the tournament stuff here, and even because of that, that's still like a holdover if I still don't open that middle door ever, because I'm just paranoid about it, I guess. I don't know. So obviously the big key has been found, just making its way up the tower now.
Let's see how good his gauntlet was. Ben, your gauntlet was pretty great. Your one cycle, or I guess one cycle, your quick kill on Landmola.
Yeah, good. It was one cycle. Thanks.
Beautiful stuff.
I don't like using the silver arrows, but I had only half of the magic, so I didn't.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I tend to use Fire Rod a lot for the Gauntlet itself because it just wipes out the mini stealth verses without any trouble, so I don't always have that sort of magic to spare either. And usually I'll have a potion or something, just unless you have like quarter magic or something, at which point, well, who cares? But yeah, I'll usually have a potion or something for the magic just in case I do, like, freak accidents can happen. But yeah, since I burn most of the stuff in the Gauntlet, silver arrows are the way I would like to do it, but that depends on you getting silver arrows during the run, which I find nowadays is not that likely, actually.
Yeah.
And I believe he also has a green potion, so
yeah,
he does have a safety if he wants to throw out that fire rod, but he's doing pretty good with the silver arrows, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Ooh, gotta get rid of them sword beams, those are the worst.
Yeah.
Sword beams are easily like my least favorite part of the weaponry in this game.
This is my least favorite room in all of G Tower.
Yeah, because
that one is always brutal.
That top left guy gets away from you, and you can't necessarily just try and target him first because the Beamos is in the way at the start of the room, right? So, what's the play there? Because, like, as a non-NMG runner of this, I don't really your strats normally are for that.
It's kind of always the same. You kill the first one, and you dash just above the Beamos, and you hope that he's not going up. If he's going up, you have to kill him in the middle before going. And if you're not fast enough, well, you have to go up and kill him. That's pretty bad. Another key.
Yeah, I've seen the dash above the Beamos. Is there plenty? I guess there's plenty of room to do that. Or is it kind of like the Hellway kind of dash?
No, it's not pixel perfect, but there's not a lot of frames. I'm not sure how much, to be honest. But it's not too hard, just a little bit of practice, it's fine most of the time.
Gotcha. It's a good one to pick up.
Yeah.
No, when I say not NMG runner, I mean I don't speedrun the game at all. Because, yeah, I've done one run, which Willard is going to have to beat in the second run, which is going to happen. But, you know, done one run just so I could say, yeah, you know, see what I've done, see what I've learned from the randomizer stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to speedrun this game because I don't want to just completely, you know, hate it at the end of it. Because the randomizer has been so much fun, and with this being this mostly nostalgia, really. With this being a game that I had growing up, it's the same with DKC2 and all of that sort of stuff. Like, I don't want to run them because I don't want to end up hating the game at the end of it all.
I don't know, because I did my first run yesterday, and I don't hate it yet. I don't know. I don't think I'm capable of hating it.
I mean, after one run, if you hate it, that's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why I did the one run, and that's fine. You know, I could sub 140 if I wanted, but I just don't want to commit this all the time to it. Really. I
gotta cut the gamer kill. That's my next goal. So.
Yeah, you'll get that easy though.
I just gotta not die in Laser Bridge.
Yep.
Or die in Hera right after doing the Tower Room, but before getting the big key. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing that was really good about my run, is that I didn't die at all somehow, which is surprising given that I'm not used to having that sort of level of resource for most of the bosses. Although
honestly, my bosses were fine. I even did sword beams on Cold Stare because I had the powder. Was my only safety.
Okay,
and I don't know, it was really cool. I enjoyed that.
Just a piece of heart in the validation chest here. Okay. There's nothing else it could really be at this point, so...
That is definitely like the biggest crutch about switching over to NMG or just switching over to the vanilla game, is getting used to text boxes and mashing.
Yeah.
Is one thing that I really love about Randomizer, is that they got rid of all of those.
Yeah, I found myself during all the text just going, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm trying to go, I want to move on here.
The worst thing is like from playing Randomizer, I know of all the safe moments in the game where I can just have one hand on the controller so I can drink some coffee. And then, like, I'm walking the old man through the dungeon. Oh, he has like 2 more text boxes. Oh, crap, I gotta put this down.
I mean, you have a lot more breaks also at the end of every dungeon.
Yeah, this is
You
true.
can manage the 40 seconds text every time. It's pretty good.
Guys, my routing is all based on when I have time to drink my coffee. Come on, you guys should know this by now.
Yeah, I mean it's the fuel, right? That you need to keep running fast.
It's my game fuel.
I mean, if I was to do any more with it, though, I think the one thing I would do is to just switch the last 2 dungeon order around. Probably, no, I switched Swamp and Maya so that I could get silvers after, before Turtle Rock, basically get silvers and the the gold sword
and silvers for your run?
And this was a thing that I ended up noticing after doing the randomizer stuff. It's you actually don't need the hookshot to go into Misery Maya. You can use the boots. So I ended up using that and looking at the route and going, well, okay, you do Swamp Palace, then Maya, then Turtle Rock. That is easily switchable, as a thing. And then you can just go and get the silver arrows and stuff there. And it doesn't take that much time. It's a lot less time than it would take if you flew it over to them and whatnot. And then it just helps out doing the final, dungeons and stuff. So yeah, and I just kind of went, well, you can switch those. That's something I obviously can do silver scan, no problem. So that's not why I did it. It's mostly just because Gold Sword is kind of nice for making it a bit quicker. And Trinex as well, Sometimes Trinex gets annoying when you don't have stuff that way, just because it takes. But yeah, it's something that I could easily phase out if I wanted to, and if I was gonna run stuff this way, that'd be something that would be on top of the list. Is just remove that, and I think I got the mirror shield as well, just to make sure the eye bridge didn't kill me. No! That is
rough.
so nasty. He does have a green potion, and you at least get the fairy to get the health back, but that is terrible timing on that.
That sucks. He'll probably grab that safety fairy too, but
yeah,
that's why you stand above it, not beside it. Or, I mean, I think he tried to lure the fire bat, but he just didn't lure it enough. Like, he didn't lure it far enough to the right.
I mean, if it wasn't for his magic being so low, then I would say just don't even bother going for the torch glitch. But of course, with the magic at that length, you really don't want to take chances.
I wonder if he remembers that, because he sees the fairy in his menu. I don't know if he remembers if he has a green potion.
Well, seeing fairy in the menu means it might be a bit more, not reckless per se, but it might be a bit more receptive to just not using, cave strats and stuff here.
He's playing it safe.
Yeah. I don't blame him at all. Ganon can be pretty scary without your safety nets and whatnot. At least, though, Tempered Sword was picked up because, Master Sword stuff.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
What are you talking about? Master Sword Silvers is fun. It's a test event. To your patience.
It's totally
until you get knocked off the platform after hitting them with 2 arrows.
Until it happens in every single seed you ever play, because that is a problem at the moment, which is going to be addressed. But still,
what are you talking about? You always find a sword upgrade in G Tower. You just got to look for it.
Until you get that seed where both of them are Pyramid Fairy, and Turtle Rock was Crystal 6 in this case.
Oh no, he was just a little too low and missed.
It wasn't the case if he was missing the timing for it. It's a case of missing the positioning, not what you would normally see.
Yeah, safe bet is always to go from the north side of the torch.
Oh god, yeah. See, here's now kind of the problem: is just getting the timing of it all. It's not the worst thing in the world, but the further apart you light those torches, the less time you have during each phase to get the hit.
Honestly, when you have silvers, you might as well go for the hit initially.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And then, you'll miss a torch glitch, but who cares?
You can sometimes still even get it, depending on where you are. If you're at the bottom of the thing, you can still get torch glitch at times. Anyway, GG to Crrool here,
GG.
going in with the official time of 2 hours 8 minutes. minutes and 15 seconds.
Actually, if you have silver arrows, it's most of the time better to not get the torch glitch.
Yeah, because you can manipulate it a bit more as to when, because you can shoot for the triples by stunning him in the middle of the map, right?
That is way better.
Right,
I'm saying
bringing
people are going for it and they always get 1, 1, 1, 1, just like I got earlier actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happens. But it's way better to just wait for it and you wait for him to come down, you lit the 2 torches and it's just in the middle, you hit him and you can put 2 or 3.
Yeah, this assumes you don't have Master Sword only though. I'm pretty sure you can get 2 hits with Master Sword, but it's really hard, and that messed me up a lot when I was sort of thinking of it. I know I can get doubles here. Why am I not getting them? So I ended up wasting a bunch of arrows when I was first doing it. And nowadays I'm just like, no, focus on just getting 1 hit at a time. It's slow and it's annoying, but it's Master Sword. This is what you've got to do. GG, Crrool.
Thank you.
What are your
That
thoughts?
was a fun seed, dude.
How about
That was
those-
fun.
How about those pendant dungeons?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I've basically seen the entire game, some of it twice. That was fun. Like I said, that was a fun seed.
That was something.
And then the right side big key as well.
Yeah.
And then,
Because
and
of
then
course.
that right side big key, that kind of took me by surprise as well. It was interesting.
Yeah, it hurts after doing a full clear of left. Though you did get that red mail. So
I did
there
get
was,
the red mail, very
there
true.
was some good that came out of it.
That is very true.
Butter Sword was in the vanilla big key chest in pod, where you normally get the vanilla big key.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I figured, okay, there aren't going to be a lot of keys. If there are any items here, they have to be in the back. So I figured I should just skip that.
Which was mostly true. The item you needed was in the back.
Yeah, I mean, I got it eventually.
Mhm.
Worst case scenario, you could have come back to get that chest anyway. It would have taken a couple of extra mirrors, but you could have gone and gotten that afterwards. So
I could have, but when I saw the ether medallion pop up, and I still needed the bow at that point, I figured, okay, there's 2 things that would make this a very fun seed, and I would love it if that's the case. And it's the only way that I'm going to have a shot at all.
Yep.
If that is going to either be in Turtle Rock or at the Big Fairy, the Fat Fairy.
I was hoping for it the whole race. I'm not gonna lie. It was, but that's because I've played too much New Logic stuff where that actually happens. It's not like an almost 0% chance. I actually had seeds which have had Turtle Rock as Crystal 6, which has then led to Pyramid Fairy actually having something you need to finish the game. So yeah, I was rooting for it at the very least. But as a commentator, though, I mean, as you've seen lots of these, I'm sure. As a commentator, you're always thinking, what's the trolliest thing, or what's the worst case scenario here? And you cling on to that until it can't happen anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I was kind of just hoping for worst case scenario, because I figured, okay, if it is, and that's part of why I did pod before Swamp as well, because I figured if it is going to be worst case scenario, that's my best shot of beating Ben. It's very unlikely. I mean, Ben is significantly better than I am, and he definitely deserves the win. But I figured, if I'm going to have to try and beat him, I'm going to have to make some big play somewhere.
Yep.
So I did, and it didn't pay off, but,
Speaking of worst case scenario, how'd you feel when you came back and found that book in Spiral Cave?
But at that point, I knew it was there. I came into it, and and at some point I realized, okay, there's 2 options. It's either going to be in Spiral Cave, or it's going to be on the pyramid. I needed either the book or the mirror. I didn't care which one, but I needed one of those 2. So I figured, okay, I can either take the safe route, go for Spiral Cave first, or I could go for that big play, go for Aghanim, and just hope that Ben hadn't already. So that's why I figured, okay, well, I'll go for Aghanim first. Worst comes to worst, it just sets me back further, which, that's not going to change anything. Best case scenario, it might help me along a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you got to make these big gambles sometimes, depending on who your opponent is, and sometimes Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it didn't. But yeah, that book, because you get the book, and then you go to Desert Palace, you get the Moon Pearl, and then you go back up to Death Mountain where, you know, you got, what, Titan Mitts, Hammer, Mirror, Powder, which was funny, because both you guys forgot, or not forgot, but didn't grab the Powder initially. But it's understandable, because you get the Mirror, you get the Hammer, you're like, I have a bunch of stuff I can go do now. I don't care about the Powder.
The main thing for me was, at that point, I didn't even realize it was an option. I believe I just got the Mirror in there.
Right, you didn't even see the Powder. You didn't know what was up there.
I wasn't even aware of what was up there because I never had a chance to check it.
Yeah.
So I figured, you know, if nothing else, I'm just going to skip out on that item and I'm just going to go for it and see what happens.
And it's not like the Powder made a huge difference. I don't think either of you guys had any deaths, except for, you know, without a fairy?
Yeah, I had one with a fairy. But that's why, like, going into Turtle Rock, I was very happy to get that fairy because I know that that is a place where I might need it.
The Chain Chomp room is always brutal.
Yeah, that took a while.
Especially with green mail.
Yeah, I was thinking, use the cape, but it's hard when you want to conserve the magic, and it just doesn't always work out. Yeah, it was just unfortunate with the book that the one reason that happened is, I think, the same reason one of the races Unos did against Christos that happened, and same result, because you didn't get the bomb jump, and so you just went, oh, you know, it's one item so far out the way now, I don't want to go back up and try it again, and it's painful that it was the one item you absolutely needed to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it might have helped me if I found the book, but then again, I probably still would have struggled with the bow, so it wouldn't have made a big difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, perhaps not.
Deep inside, both items you needed were deep inside two really annoyingly long pendant dungeons. That's going to trip anyone up. So, because both you guys did full clears of Ice, full clears of Mire, and then it was just been... What made you decide to do Swamp instead of going up to T-Rock? Was it just knowledge of the old logic not often having something in T-Rock, like the bow or whatnot? Or
I did hesitate a lot, really a lot. I wanted to do it. At some point I was about to go for it, and I just changed my mind at the end. Was like, okay, it's not there. I'm going to Swamp. I'm going to check it kind of fast. Because, I mean, Swamp has 6 items. It's a really annoying dungeon if it's a pendant. But at the same time, we got Eater earlier than Flippers, and maybe the logic was maybe does something in Swamp. But yeah.
What, is that your normal routing for Swamp, of going for the left side first?
No, it's not.
I usually go Argus?
Full clear right away, so if I was missing the big key, I would have skipped the chest, I think. So I would have missed maybe one item. But yeah, usually I'm going for Argus right away, then coming back for east side, which is usually the big key.
Yeah, it's a tough choice whether you want to go straight for Argus, or straight downstairs to go find the big key and then backtrack and then do the left side, or just go straight for the left side. Either way, you know, either one of those options are going to pay off, because you've seen, I'm sure all of us have seen good items in a lot of locations in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I've seen everything everywhere, basically. So it's a case of I think at one point I just need to go sit down myself and just time it. Go, right, if I'm gonna get every item in here, what is generally going to be the best way? There's never like a right answer until you find the big key. So that's the frustrating thing, is you could do a full clear and then big keys at Argus, you've got to go way, or you could do Argus and then big keys on the other side anyhow, and you've got to come back through regardless. So it just, like, there's no one right way for every situation, but it would be really nice to sort of do a general analysis of it, if you like, and go, right, on average, which way is quicker?
Well, we have the percentages. Oh, well, you're saying which way is quicker. Yeah, to break down every single routing option and see.
Yeah.
Just if you want to get that nerdy.
Well,
and
yeah,
be
because
like,
the thing is, if you do Argus first, then you can't do the quote-unquote rando route with getting the other small key, because you wouldn't do that and then go up, because that'd be silly.
Right. But,
So
well,
there's sacrifices to both sides, basically, and
Yeah.
it's just which one would more likely to pay off on the.
well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you guys so much for watching. GG to both these racers for putting on a great show. Excited to see you guys in the next race tomorrow at the same time, correct? 10 a.m.
Yes.
Or 1 p.m.
Same
or
time as
whatever
always.
time zone. Same time. Don't
Same
miss it,
thing
guys.
we do every day. Trying to take over the stream.
It's gonna be an awesome game too. Excited to see both these players do well again. So, any last words from both you guys?
Thanks for commentaries. That's it.
Thank you, both of the commentators, for commentating the match. It was fun to do. Thank you, Ben, for racing me to begin with. I mean, it was a blast to do. It was a fun seed, and looking forward to match number 2.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, I'll see both of you back in here tomorrow at the end of that race.
And shout outs to the tracker, as well as the restreamer, and to my boy Gamer Cal.
Hey. Yeah, it was good fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. You won't see me. I'll be in chat. I'll be memeing up in chat. So we'll see you then. Thank you guys so much. Take care.
Bye bye.
See ya.